Okay, so I've already said that my memory's really annoying and I forget things, so I'm just making this video now before I forget. So it's two different things. So from when I was growing up. The first one's about my dad. So anyway, my dad had a shop in I want to say like 87, 88, something like that. 1987, 1988. I don't think it was any later than that. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anyway, it might have actually been 86 now I think about it. Whatever, anyway, it was somewhere around there. So he had a shop in a place called Affleck's Palace, which is in Manchester, in the centre. Some of you might know it, maybe most of you don't. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It was like it's still there now actually, and there's like old places in it that like do. I don't know. Let me think. Like what you call it, tattoos, and like get your ears pierced or your nose pierced, things like that. Like retro things, or like music shops, that kind of thing. Anyway, he had a music shop and he did comics as well. And I went maybe twice. I was only very young, but I don't know. I felt a bit weird being there, to be honest. It wasn't it wasn't. I didn't feel comfortable. I don't know why. I've been since. It's not somewhere I really have been a lot of times anyway. But my mum used to like the place as well. I remember anyway. My dad took me once. It was not long after my grandma had died, and then my granddad, who husband obviously, he'd sold the house, and I think my dad had some money from it, and like he bought me some, like took me took me to the shop that day, and like he took me around and he bought me some things, and he just kept saying, "What do you want? What do you want?" I don't know. I didn't know what to ask for. I didn't really want anything that like that, like clothes and stuff. It didn't really interest me. So I just picked this horrible jacket. I don't know why I chose it. It was like a one of them American football jacket things, and it had silver arms. And I don't know why I chose it. I think I just chose it because I felt like I had to pick something. Um, and I wasn't used to being given I wasn't used to being bought things like that. Like taken into shops and it's all this stuff, and I didn't know what to look at. And anyway, I'm going on about it too much. I didn't know what to pick anyway. Anyway, um, so like I don't know how long he had this shop. I don't think he had it very long though. Um, there was some trouble with another shop. I'm not going to say which shop it is. It's quite a well-known one in Manchester. It was then, definitely, and I don't know if it's still there these days, to be honest. But oh, wait a minute, cats are fighting! Stop it! Speaking of trouble, it's quite a well-known shop anyway, music shop, and the owners didn't like the fact that my dad was like selling. He was making deals with the customers. He didn't have set prices, and he was like, I suppose he was undercutting them, and they didn't like it. And he was getting quite popular or quite well known or whatever. I don't know if he was well known. Anyway, he was doing well for himself, and they didn't like it. Because maybe they were owned by certain people that maybe didn't always follow the law. So they tried to buy him out. They offered him £1,000 to get out of town anyway, basically, and he told them where to go and give them the directions. And they burned his shop now. I don't know the names of these people, but I know basically who they were. I don't want to say anything too much because I don't want to get into legal trouble, but I know the truth. And like after that happened to him, everything just went wrong then, as far as I remember. And within maybe 4 years, he was dead. So thanks for that. I doubt the people that did it are going to see this video, but I don't know what else to say, but whatever. That's what happened. Right, the next one is 1 minute. I need a drink. It's just coffee, but I'm thirsty. Yeah, put that on for a second. I'm just having a drink. I don't know really why I did that, but whatever. The Serenity Prayer. Right, so the next one is from 1990, I think. Yeah, let me think. Yeah, it was either... No, you know what? It might have been 89. No, it wasn't. It was 1990. I'm wrong. It was 1990. Towards the end of the year. Now, I've mentioned that there was this woman who lived across the road, and she was always causing trouble for my mum, and like she was the one who, I think anyway, I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure we did hear through hearsay that she was the one who like rang up social services, and that's why me and my sister got taken and examined. I've talked about that in another video. But anyway, we think anyway, we thought at the time, I still do now, that she told the police that my mum was selling illegal things, drugs, basically. You're not allowed to say that on here, are you? But whatever, I'm not monetized anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, they said that she was selling things like that, which she wasn't, by the way. So one night in, I want to say, maybe September. Yeah, it would have been September of 1990. I'd just started secondary school. I hadn't been there very long. Well, I think I'd been there maybe a week or so. I'd just started. I can't remember what month it was, but I've not been there very long anyway. We're just watching TV one night, just talking. There was a couple of people there as well. And then all of a sudden we just heard bang, 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 and the front door got knocked in, and the police rushed in. And horrible experience for kids to be around that. And then, like, they searched the entire house. The front door had been completely destroyed. They didn't find anything because there was nothing to find. I don't want to talk too much about the details, but there wasn't anything to find. But of course, people always say there's no smoke without fire. Well, nobody got arrested. They came in. They stole a lot of my mum's jewellery, by the way, the police. And they took it, and they never gave it back to her. It's nice of them, innit? This is the police in the town we lived in. And then the next day, we got up. Somebody had been from the council and put a temporary door on, by the way. Really embarrassing, by the way, as well. Why do they think they can do this? They had absolutely no evidence of anything like that going on. Come and kick the door in. No apology. Oh, we've been really sound with you. I remember hearing them saying that. Oh, we've been really sound with you. Oh, have you? So can I come and kick your front door in and steal your jewellery and then tell you I've been sound with you? Is that all right? It annoys me. I'm trying not to swear. Anyway, the next day we got up, me and my sister, and my mum sent us to the shop with some money. She said, "Go wherever you want." She gives I don't know how much money. She gave us a tenner or something. So we bought the things we wanted. We were walking back, and I had a puppy, by the way, which anyway, I'll tell you in a minute. We were walking back to the house. It wasn't that far away, the shop. And my mum started walking down towards us, and she's like, "Right, turn around. We're not going back. We're not going back to the house." So everything that I had, all my toys, all my clothes, and my puppy as well, I lost all of it. We never went back. She did actually go back, and everything got thrown away and taken to the tip, and the puppy got taken to the dog pound. So I lost everything because of this woman across the street. What had I done? My sister lost everything as well, by the way. What had she done to her? Why was she constantly interfering? It's not like she actually cared. I could say her surname. I don't know what her first name was. I can't remember. I'm not gonna do though. I'd like to do, but what good would it do me? So if you are just out of spite, she didn't like my mum for whatever reason. I don't care what the reason was actually. You know, when something's actually going on with kids, nothing gets done. When there's nothing going on, nothing like that anyway, they fall over themselves. The only thing that happened really bad with me and my sister when we were growing up was we weren't fed properly. Well, it's not the only thing. We did see some things that we shouldn't have seen as well. So yeah, we were then made homeless, and then we went to her friend's house, and we stayed there for a couple of days. And then when it became apparent that she didn't want us there anymore, which we shouldn't have gone in the first place, actually, we should have just gone back to the house. That that actually was the beginning of a lot of bad things that happened afterwards. I've never lived in a house longer than 7 years in my entire life. 7 years is the longest I've stayed anywhere, and we weren't in that place 7 years. I think we were there maybe 4 or 5, something like that. And that's when we went and stayed in this hostel in Manchester as well. And hostel's the right word and all. I don't want to talk about that too much, or else I'll end up saying the wrong thing about horrible people that were there. She should never happen though. My mum should have gone back and sorted the door out, and we could have stayed there. I know she felt embarrassed, but I mean, like, the one thing I will say is she kind of did bring it on herself in a way, because there was all these teenagers that used to hang around outside the front of the house. There was stairs leading up to our house from the street, and like they were being really noisy. And she went out to complain to them, and then like the next thing I knew, she was bringing them all in, and then it was just like party central every night for years. And then like when we got a house in this other town, it started to happen again, and I started getting annoyed about it and rowing with her about it. And it's like she couldn't understand. Well, yeah, just do it again, and the same thing will happen again. It's like, she couldn't think like past today, like past the next 5 minutes. That's why when she got money from the benefits, she spent it all, and there was never any food for us for a long time. When she got older, she got better on that, but and then of course she acted like none of that stuff happened, and I don't have any right to be annoyed about it because of my mess of a childhood. It wasn't all her fault. My dad should have helped her more. My dad shouldn't have died so young because of stupidity, but he did. And once he was gone, there's no point saying he should have done this, he should have done that. It's too late. He's gone. Anyway, I suppose what I'll say is this: don't interfere in other people's lives if it's just because you don't like the people and you don't like them for whatever reason. If you've seen something and it's legitimately is a bad thing, then fair enough. But if it's just like you don't like them, you shouldn't get involved. Stay out of it. If you see kids and you can see that they are being abused, then fair enough. Do say something to the authorities or whatever. But it's just because you don't like the person. Why are you doing it? And that's what this woman did. Why did she do that? Because then, like, we ended up moving to another town because they wouldn't give us a house in that town anymore. The town that I grew up in, and I wanted to stay there. And so I think my sister did as well. I'd have to ask her, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So we got moved to this other town, which was I hated it. The people there were, how can I put it? They were shit, pieces of shit. Worst place I've ever lived. If I could go back in time and nuke them all, I would. From day one, they were on me. These assholes. I don't care what YouTube thinks. I'm not monetized anyway, so it doesn't actually matter to me. And even if I was, I don't care. I'm not a child. I'll speak however I want. Sorry, bast. Sorry, I'm alright, boy. Anyway, sorry. Thinking about it, it really it puts me in a bad mood. That and the other thing I spoke about as well. It annoys me. So I might call the video Annoying Memories or something like that. I probably won't. Try and give it a better name than that because it's not a very good name. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I've ranted on long enough. You can tell me what you think in the comment section if you want, and If you want to give the video a thumbs up, then, you know, give it a thumbs up. But anyway, if you got this far, I'm sorry I swore and stuff. I shouldn't have done, but I just couldn't stop myself. Just because thinking about it really does annoy me. It puts me in a really bad mood. These are things that shouldn't have happened. And I don't even know why they did, to be honest. But I'll leave it there anyway. So if you got this far anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye.